Orphan Black time, and this is Kinsey. Say, hey, Kinsey. I'm at my buddy's house recording this one because it's like I could be in my house, or I can just drive to my buddy's house when they're not home and do it there. I'm gonna do that one. This is season 4, episode 5 of Orphan Black. Its title is Human Raw Material. You ready? Let's do it. Crystal. She's tiny. I don't think that would work. Sarah rocking the side braid.
Gene connection. That's the company Felix used to find his biosystem.
Oh shoot, we can't trust her. I knew it.
No, you don't. It's probably just a coincidence.
Nothing is a coincidence on this show.
The exclusive Brightborn orientation is today. I know.
You had that pamphlet for how long and you haven't noticed that? Excuse me, Kat. Kinsey. K-Star. God, you're the worst.
What were you gonna do in there exactly? I don't know. Sarah things. Skulk around, look miserable, con people. Okay.
It works for her.
The plans have changed. Cosima is now carrying your child, honey. Oh.
People should know that, right?
Is that a rocket ship?
Yes, it's a rocket ship.
Because if you can afford Brightborn, you're beyond suits.
Beyond Armani?
Trust me, I know.
Donnie, where did you get Armani?
I'm gay, but I'm not, like, super gay, so maybe don't play the lesbian angle too much.
Wow. I thought, like, they couldn't go and show on their face because, you know, they're clones, but then Cosima can just waltz in.
But this is our surrogate, Ava Jakubowski.
Jakubowski. J-A-K.
If you're in doubt, just don't say the last name.
You picked a good weekend. Evie Cho was here.
Oh, no. No, you're gonna get found out.
She's, out for a walk. I mean, it's a day-long hike. Some walking.
You suck, dude.
Okay, well, if she's a high-level Neo, won't she know what a clone looks like?
Yes.
My son Georgie is 2 now, and he is just perfect.
But probably kind of an alien, right?
Oh, yeah.
Just hide your face.
But the Chos are a fierce and stubborn family. My parents, they lobbied, researched.
That means your parents were rich.
And I entered an experimental gene therapy trial.
Cheekworm, right? Cat, really? Again? Pause time. Okay, I know you want to watch the show, but dang.
Oh my god. I'm late. I'm late for my own pregnancy.
I remember that from the trailer, so this is weird.
I'm so excited about my own little Brightborn baby.
What? Kenzie, stop biting me. He's just jealous because he was named after Ksenia Solo, and she ain't on the show anymore. Oh. Clone spotting.
Susan.
What are you doing there, Susan? Oh my gosh. You know, all these clones live pretty close to each other. How come this hasn't happened before? Poor Donnie, he's got feelings. Donnie wants a baby. Let him have a baby. Oh my gosh, Crystal.
Dimples.
Crystal.
Oh, Mr. Dimples. Look at him. He's adorable.
Oh my gosh.
I have to go. Shit.
Donnie, good lord. Who doesn't want a spa you can go to and, like, pop out a baby? Kenzie, bad cat!
Detective!
And this dude's still here. Why is he still here?
You know where this is?
Allison, your darn things made their way around. I don't like this detective dude, and I'm also confused as to why he hasn't been around the previous seasons.
Let Beth go.
Listen here, beardy Krieger wannabe. No.
What? You know anything about this?
Come on, no.
Because I've looked the other way on a lot of shit for you guys.
A lot.
Did any of you do that? You're on your own on this one.
I love how art can deal with dead bodies literally everywhere, but drugs are too much.
She's left. Left? Yes, I don't know. Yesterday or the day before. There's camping gear missing. Camping gear missing? Where is she?
Probably camping.
Oh, so self-righteous, you know that?
Oh, she hung up on you. Oh no. The Duncans. The Cosima and Duncans. Cosima, when did you get so good at being a pickpocket? I love it. Is it just genetic?
I never was here and your hat out all holed up. Not that it's a hole.
I don't like you, Adele. And Fields, quit sharing our secrets.
What? Who?
Big blonde hair, perfect nails, voice like a can opener.
Accurate.
Why is she a Brightborn?
Trying to have a baby? I don't know.
She doesn't even know she's a clone, dude. She's gonna screw this all up.
And she might have some weird baby.
It's a safe house, Faye.
You're paranoid. The two of you, you're bloody paranoid.
You're not paranoid when things are real.
I sampled you both. Scott's doing a DNA test.
You shouldn't have said that because if they're actually siblings, you're just gonna look like a jerk. Crystal, I love you so much. Just wander around with your juice cup. And steal stuff. Yes. I love how she drinks out of it just like publicity.
And just line your face, and I will be in there.
What did you just get yourself into, Donnie? Cat? No. Bad. I saw you walk in and I knew it.
Bring her in.
What are you gonna do to her?
Are you decent?
Donnie, what are you doing?
So basically, I like help people reveal their true beauty. Basically. Yeah, because their moms are like, no toxins, please. But I'm like, mommy has a mustache. Mama needs bleach. Do you know what I mean? Can I trust you?
You seem to trust people too easy, honey.
They're conducting human experiments. Stem cells in cosmetics.
Well, you're close enough.
And she got stem cell treatment in her face, and every time she blinked, it clicked. Guess why?
I don't know.
Yes.
She...
Because she was growing teeth out of her eyelids.
What?
How do you know that name? How do you know
Slap him.
that name?
Don't worry, I'm actually here to help you, Crystal.
How do you know my name?
Oh, okay. Poor Donnie. Casima, run! She coming for you. Oh my gosh, they came out separate doors. It's like a Scooby-Doo episode. How many clones are in this building?
Like a baby.
You just came here to have like a baby. What the what? Pregnant woman is upset. Well, that's creepy.
Hey, so why Gene Connection?
Sarah, maybe stop drinking a little bit.
Well,
I mean, maybe the commercials, the Gene Connection.
your family finders.
Kira, how do you know that?
Are you an asshole, or is it just that thing in your face?
Maybe don't talk about that in mixed company.
I should just go.
No, you know what? I think you should stay. Maybe you should go.
Don't throw food!
Yeah, she is. Yeah.
Aw, I mean, it's sad for Sarah, but also, you make yourself look like a fool.
Welcome to the family.
You know, DNA doesn't mean you can trust someone, though. Casima, what did you just get in the middle of? Oh God, Crystal done seen your face.
Oh God, forgive me.
The head's coming.
What is going on? Whoa, okay, what is wrong with that baby's face? What the F is that?
Positive for Goofy syndrome. All official class.
Kid, your face is messed up. Maybe don't screw around with DNA. Maybe. Oh, cover your face. Cover your face.
Casima,
Oh, God.
remember me? Susan. Duncan.
Yeah, Duncan.
Perhaps we should discuss why you're really here.
Oh, this is sideways.
And you have seen the alternative. The carriers, the device in Sarah. These are brutish techniques compared to Leda.
Y'all evil.
I feel you too, Mommy.
I feel you, girl.
We are as close to the original as we have ever been.
If you guys kiss, I'm gonna lose it.
My love.
No, gross. Ew, ew, ew. No. Grossy, don't kiss. Why am I still looking? Ew. That was the best way to end the episode. They're like, here, now you're grossed out. Credits. Dude, one thing about the show is that wherever you think things are going, they don't. They go in a totally different, weirder way. We start seeing Crystal, and she's working out a lot, and she's on a mission because she's putting stuff together, and she's still, struggling because she was attacked, and she's worked out. Some weird stuff is going on, but she doesn't know what's going on. Sarah's hanging out with Kira, and she gets a text from Helena saying, don't worry about me, and she just brushes that off. Mrs. S is like, Sarah, did you look at this Brightborn stuff because Allison and Casima are on about it? Sarah's like, yeah, I looked at it, but she looks at it again, and she sees that another company that's connected is the same company that Felix found his sister through, so she's like, this might be sketchy. Casima's talking to Allison, and then she notices that they're having, an orientation for Brightborn, and Allison's like, I'm super busy, I can't do it right now, and Casima's like, you know what? I will go with Donnie, because I know some science stuff, so I'll go, and we'll, I'll fill out what's going on and try to figure out this place. Sarah goes over to Felix's and she's like, hey, by the way that your, sister got found is from a company that's connected with, like, Neolution and all this crap. And Felix is like, I'm done with it. This is too much crap. We're still on about this. No, she's my sister. Leave her alone. So Cosima and Donnie go to this thing and they just say that, Felix is doing business and can't be there. So they kind of, like, sneak in with fake IDs and they're inside now. And it's like, dude, if this is, like, Neolution connected, they're going to know what a clone looks like. And she's like, I'll just hide in the back. Then Sarah calls Scott and is like, can you run a DNA test on Felix and his sister? And he's like, yeah, sure. And then he mentions that Cosima is doing all of this, stuff. And she's like, oh, crap. Then that one chick who's in charge of the Brightborn thing, she comes out and gives a little speech. And it's kind of creepy. She mentions that when she was a kid, she was, like, sick. But then she had gene therapy and it made her better. So they're making babies that are better and enhanced in different ways. And it's all these nice sounding things, but, like, actually pretty creepy. And then Sarah is going through Felix's apartment and she steals, like, Adele's hairbrush and the glasses that she's been drinking out of, and then they take off. Then Crystal freaking shows up at Brightborn and she's just being extravagantly Crystal. The one chick in charge of Brightborn sees Crystal and is like, crap, there's a clone here for sure. And then the whole orientation kind of splits into two groups, and one's going to go around and, look at stuff. The other ones are going to stay here and listen. And Cosima's like, well, everyone's leaving. I'm going to sneak off and see what I can find. Then the Brightborn chick goes into her office and Susan's there with what's-his-face, the other caster boy. She's like, yeah, there's a clone here. I think it's Sarah Manning. And then she's like, I'm going to call security to go get her. And Susan's like, no, I want to see her first. Then Donnie's still sitting in the main room and there's this one of these ladies who has her little Brightborn baby there. And she's like, oh, he's so sweet. And it's really sad because Donnie, really wants to be a dad to, like, a natural-born baby. And so he's holding a baby and it's really sad, actually, but sweet. And then Crystal rolls up and it's like, oh my gosh, what a cute baby. And Donnie's like, okay, I don't know this one. He kind of freaks a little bit and excuses himself and leaves. Then it shows Art at the station and that other dude who was like another detective dude who was involved when, taking the cheek worm out when Beth shot that chick. He comes up to Art and is like, hey, you recognize this? It's Allison's little, like, vote for Allison thing. And he's like, doesn't this chick look familiar with, like, Beth? Then he starts being really shady and is like, Art, you don't want to mix yourself up with the Hendrixes because, they have drug ties and, there's some homicide things they're linked to. And so maybe drop the Hendrixes and drop Beth. Then Art calls Sarah and he's like, hey, so are the Hendrixes selling drugs? Sarah's like, I don't know. And he's like, okay, but if they were selling drugs out of that store that I went and, like, had dinner with you guys at, I'm in trouble. So, you know what? Sort this crap out. Sarah calls Allison and is like, yeah, so drugs, you guys selling them? Allison's like, yeah, we briefly did, but Sarah, you've sold drugs before, it ain't no thing. And then Allison mentions, oh yeah, Helena's been missing for like a day or two. Then they start arguing and then Allison hangs up on Sarah and she's like, wow, rude. Meanwhile, Cosima is sitting poolside and she's reading over the contracts that, they signed when they got there. Susan walks up because, she's thinking it's Sarah, but then very quickly realizes this ain't Sarah, this is Cosima. Cosima's asking her all the science behind it and, asking these questions about how creepily things are worded. And as she, like, drops something on purpose, she steals Susan's little key card. Then Felix and his sister show up for dinner at their safe house, and Sarah's kind of mad about it. So Mrs. S is like, guys, we're going outside and talking. Meanwhile, Cosima's got her key card, and she's getting ready to go snoop some more, and Donnie finds her, and he's like, oh my gosh, there's another clone here. Cosima figures out that it's Crystal, and she's like, Crystal isn't even, like, a self-aware clone. She's gonna screw things up. You need to go deal with that, Donnie. Then while Mrs. S and Sarah and Felix are arguing, Sarah brings up, oh yeah, we're going to find out if you guys are really related because I stole your DNA and I'm having it tested. Then it shows Crystal and she's just wandering around stealing free sample type stuff, and Donnie goes in and pretends he works there and is like asking her questions about what she's doing, and she's like, I want a massage. And in Donnie's infinite wisdom, he's like, you know what? I'll give her a massage. Then Susan Duncan goes back into that chick's office and is like, yeah, that ain't Sarah, that's Cosima. And then the chick's like, well, you know what, we need to bring him in. We can't have self-aware clones poking around. So they're like, okay, go bring her in.
True.
Cat, stop it. Then while Donnie's in there giving a massage to Crystal, Donnie's kind of like, yeah, I think everything they're doing here is kind of creepy. Getting on her good side. And then Crystal's like, yeah, I'm on to stuff. Give me my purse. She starts telling him about, like, all these connections of weird things and this weird newspaper article about someone growing teeth out of their eyes. And she's like, yeah, this company's on to me because I'm a whistleblower. But then she mentions a French doctor who, like, helped save her life. And he's like, you mean Dr. Cormier? And she's like, how do you know that name? And then she just, like, punches him and kicks him in the crotch and all that stuff and gets away. And then it was like a freaking Scooby-Doo episode because Cosima is walking through the hall and going in this one door. And that security chick is following her. But then she sees Crystal walk out another door. And so she's like, I'll grab that one. They take Crystal and, like, lock her in this room. And she's mad about it. Susan's looking on a video feed and is like, that's Crystal. That It's not Cosima. Go find the other clone. Meanwhile, Cosima has stolen some doctory clothes and she's going doing doctory stuff, like taking pictures of like patient charts and stuff. There's this one pregnant chick who's screaming and freaking out, and so she's like, what's going on here? Meanwhile, Mrs. S, Sarah, Felix, his sister, Kira, they're all still having a very awkward dinner. Sarah just keeps asking like a million questions about how they found each other, and she clearly don't like the chick. Then it shows Cosima, and she wanders into this room where it's kind of like two-way mirrors, and it's weird. There's like tons of women in there they're taking care of, and it almost feels like an odd halfway housey doctor thing. I don't know. They're odd patients there, which they're clearly doing kind of things on other people, but, you know, totally not like what the whole Brightborn thing tried to be like. There ain't no day spas in that place. And then back at the dinner party thing, Sarah and Felix are just starting to fight because Sarah won't drop it. So Felix like throws food on her and they're getting ready to fight, but then Scott calls her and is like, yeah, no, they're actually siblings. So she's like, sorry about it, guys, I stole your DNA and your siblings. May I be excused? And then we see that Cosima is like in a hallway looking at people's charts and stuff, and this other nurse chick is like, hey, we have a patient, it's about to, have a baby, gotta come with us. Then we see that they're like letting Crystal leave because they realize they got the wrong clone. And as she's leaving, she totally sees that other caster boy and starts freaking out. And she's like, I know that dude's face. Then back with Cosima, and she's been like ushered into a delivery room, and she puts a little mask on real quick. And the chick there is saying, like, my mother said I shouldn't have done this, please forgive me. And she's clearly kind of weirded out about the whole thing. Then the doctor finally shows up and delivers the baby, and the baby's face is, like, horribly deformed. And then the doctor just carries the baby out and says it has some blah, blah, blah type disease. And then Cosima's looking, and Susan's in the hallway like, sup, Cosima? And then Cosima's like, oh crap, Duncan, Susan Duncan. Holy crap, you're Susan Duncan. Then Cosima is in that one chick's office who's running Brightborn, and Susan's there, and they're like trying to convince her that they're pretty much the lesser of two evils. They're like, yeah, well, we're doing things that can help people and things. Cosima's like, you guys are effing immoral, crazy people who are tinkering with human beings, and they're like, hey, we're trying to help people. Well, at least we ain't got no cheek worms. Then Susan mentions, Cosima, you're dying. And you know we can help you, and you guys have Kindle, and if you share that information and share her with us, we can maybe help you. Then it shows Sarah with Kira, and Sarah's just sitting on the bed like, yeah, sorry, I run dinner. Kira says some stuff that's kind of weird. She says that, like, she knows how all the sisters feel, and that, all their feelings, and even some of them that she doesn't know. And it's like, yeah, it could be a little kid trying to express emotions, but there's so much about Kira that seems weird, that seems not quite right, and a little extra sensory type weirdness about this kid that I'm like, I'm not gonna let this slide. What's up with this kid? Then it shows a gross ending. It's Ira, the little caster boy, is in the pool, and then Susan Duncan's like, yeah, I talked with them, we're closer to the original than we've ever been, it's up to them now, we're close to a cure, and then they kiss, and oh my gosh, gross. Not even just age different gross, but like she's clearly been somewhat of a mother figure to this guy. That's disgusting. So crap, a lot of weird stuff happened. Why is Crystal not just brought into Clone Club yet? She is perfect. But for real, like I said before, the show is just one of those shows where you think you might know where things are going, and then they totally freaking don't. Like this episode alone, if you saw something like this back in like season 1, you'd be like, what the F? This stuff goes deep. Okay, the light in my glasses have been driving me nuts the whole episode. The whole episode. Anyway, I liked the episode, but if I forgot anything or left anything out, you guys want to comment on stuff, drop a comment. Don't forget to do the things, rate, comment, subscribe. I'll catch you guys later. Until next time.